We use stairs every single day. We run up them, walk down them, but when was the last time you really thought about what goes into making one? Probably not very often, right? But the truth is, there's a whole world of engineering and design hiding in the steps right beneath our feet.
I mean, think about it. Stairs aren't just for getting from point A to point B. They're a fundamental part of architecture. They can be grand and sweeping or quiet and subtle. They really shape the whole feel of a space. And that's the real question here, isn't it? What if we could take this thing we see every day and just make it better? Solve some of the biggest headaches that builders and architects have been dealing with for years.
So where do you even start if you want to reinvent the stair? Well, you've got to start by looking at the problems. And it turns out traditional stairs have some pretty significant ones.
Just think about the usual suspects, like natural stone or concrete. For one, they're incredibly heavy. That means more people, more time, and more money just to get them installed. And then there's the weather. They can crack in the cold, fade in the sun, and boy can they get slippery when they're wet. Plus, designers often get stuck with a pretty limited menu of styles and colors. Okay, so you've got this clear set of problems, and that's where a solution comes in. From a company that did something really smart, they decided to focus on doing one thing and doing it perfectly.
And that company is Aristep. They're based in Turkey, and they have dedicated their entire business to one mission: making these incredible, high-performance ceramic granite stairs that are designed to solve every single one of those problems we just mentioned.
And I love this quote, because it really sums up their whole philosophy. They're not trying to do it all. They're specialists. And that intense focus is what lets them obsess over every little detail to get as close to perfection as possible. All right, so let's get into the nitty-gritty. How exactly did they engineer a better step? Well, it all comes down to some seriously clever material science.
Get this. This number is a total game changer. Aristep's ceramic treads are a whopping 40% lighter than your traditional natural stone. That is a massive, massive difference.
So what does being 40% lighter actually mean on a construction site? It means installation can be up to 50% faster. It means one person can often do the job that used to take two people. We're talking huge savings in both time and money.
Okay, let's talk about something that is absolutely non-negotiable: safety. You see that R11 rating? Think of it like a grade for grip, and R11 is a really, really high grade. It means these steps are engineered to give you solid footing, even when they're wet. That's a huge deal for any space, public or private.
And durability? This is where this ceramic granite stuff really flexes. These things are basically built like tanks for any weather you can throw at them. They absorb almost zero water, so you don't have to worry about water getting in, freezing, and cracking the step. And the colors are UV stable, which means they're not going to fade after a few years in the sun.
But look, all that technical performance, that's only half the picture, right? For architects and designers, it's got to look incredible, too. And this is where the engineering really meets the artistry.
And this is where things get really exciting for designers. They aren't just stuck picking from a catalog. Aristep can actually custom make stair treads to match almost any pattern or texture an architect dreams up for a project.
And the results? I mean, just look at this. They're absolutely stunning. You can have the warm, cozy feel of natural wood, or you can go for the super elegant, dramatic look of a bold marble. And the whole time, you know you've got that hardcore durability underneath.
And that versatility just keeps going. Whether a design calls for the earthy texture of natural stone or something totally unique and vibrant with custom colors, the technology makes it possible. You get the look you want with the performance you need. Okay, so the tech is impressive, the designs are beautiful, but how do we know this stuff is the real deal? How do you prove it's reliable on a global scale? Well, this number right here says a lot. Aristep isn't just a small local company. They export their stairs to over 50 countries. That's a huge vote of confidence from architects and builders all over the world. And that trust isn't just built on good vibes, It's backed by some serious, world-class certifications. We're talking CE, ISO 9001 for quality, and ISO 45001 for safety. These aren't just logos. They're proof that they meet some of the toughest standards on the planet. Now, this chart might look a little technical, but it tells a really cool story. Look at water absorption. Less than 0.5%. That's the science behind why they don't crack in the winter. Then you've got flexural strength at 45 megapascals. That's just a fancy way of saying they are incredibly strong. And of course, there's that R11 slip resistance again. This is all hard data that proves this isn't just a prettier step, it's a better engineered one.
And this is where it all comes together, right? All that data, all that design. You see it in the real world. Aristep stairs are being chosen for some really high-profile projects, luxury hotels, museums, universities, places where you just can't compromise on durability, safety, or looks.
So, yeah, it turns out there is so much more to a simple step than you'd ever guess. It's this incredible mix of material science, safety engineering, and pure design. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other everyday things are just waiting for the right idea to come along and perfect them?